Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Ashton Jackson. In today's video, man, you guys already know about the title of the video. We're going to be discussing the NFL schedule, my favorite part of the schedule, part I do not like, my personal favorite game, a game I think the Dallas Cowboy fans might like outside of the division, because I think the division games are automatically going to be hyped for, and all that. So before we hop into the video, I'd appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. Straight into it, man. You guys already know they call us America's team for a reason, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, there's a lot of reason why a lot of people are able to feed their families. Why they're the reason why, a lot of kids are able to be in college right now and things of that nature in terms of media wise. Because if you weren't talking about us on the ESPN, NBC, ABC, CBS, all of those major networks, a lot of people would love that if they didn't talk about us. But at the same time, those won't be the networks they are today if they're not talking about the Dallas Cowboys. People think they can, oh, we can talk mainly about teams that win. The Chiefs, that is short, that is great. But if you're not talking about a big market with one of those networks I just named, FS1, ESPN, NBC, CBS, if you're not talking about the Dallas Cowboys, you are doing something wrong in the NFL world, right? So we have 6 primetime games. How that breaks down is we have 2 Monday night games. We have a Thursday night game. We have 2 Sunday games. We got the 2 Thursday games will be Detroit. It's going to be Philadelphia. Those are going to be both our Thursday night games. Our Sunday night games are going to be Green Bay, Minnesota, Week 15. So that's where our primetime games are really coming from. Our 2 Monday night games are going to be back to back. Week 9. Then we have a Week 10 bye week, which I like. I like it in the middle of the. I like it in the middle of our schedule, just for the simple fact that that November stretch is very tough for the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Why I said those 2 teams? Because we play in November. We play 3 games in 11 days. Now this year's going to be 4 games in 13 days. In almost 2 weeks to play 4 games because of, if you look at starting week 12 is really that stretch that I'm talking about. So you play Philadelphia week 12. So that's the game or the week of Thanksgiving. And then you got, 3 or 4 days later, you got to play Kansas City. And then a week after Thanksgiving, December 4th, you got to play the Detroit Lions. Then you get a 10-day rest. That you're desperately going to need that after that 3-game stretch. And then you're going to play Minnesota. They're going to have to play the Chargers. They're going to have to play Washington on Christmas, which is, to me, that's stupid. I don't like playing on. The only reason why I don't like playing on Christmas is because I mainly work on Christmas. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to watch the game, obviously, but that's going to be super annoying. And we play like 10 o'clock on the West Coast, so it's going to be annoying. So, again, then from that Chargers game to that Washington game, you play 2 games in less than 4 days. So that's going to be very tough as well if you're the Dallas Cowboys, and that's going to be very tough on your body because if you want to be a playoff team, you're going to have to stay healthy. A lot of people don't talk about that. Like, oh, how did teams went to the Super Bowl? Team go to the Super Bowl, lose some injuries, and be fine like the 27 Philadelphia Eagles team. They just had a crazy depth, right? But then there's going to be times where you don't have great depth, and you're going to be lackluster at a certain position if a certain position goes down. But, starting at the top of this thing, really, I like to try and break down these games into months and really like to break it down like that. But, if you want to get my schedule prediction out of the way, I think the Dallas Cowboys can win. The way that the roster is currently constructed, I think you can win 9 or 10 games. I don't think we can win more than that. I think that we could probably win more than that if we catch anywhere from week 12 to week 17, which is crazy because I'm born December 17th, but it's crazy that those are going to be the toughest weeks of our schedule. That was the Philadelphia, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and Washington. That week is going to be crazy. But in that week, you're going to find out whether or not can you run the ball or can you stop the run. You're going to find out very early in the season whether you can do that or not. But that was our main issue last year. We couldn't run the ball when we needed to, and we couldn't stop the ball. We couldn't stop the run when we needed to, right? We saw that in New Orleans. We saw that in Ravens. Ran all over us, So, Philadelphia's going to run the ball. Kansas City wants to run the ball. Detroit, Minnesota, Los Angeles, Washington all want to run the ball. So that's why I'm a big proponent of getting a nose tackle, getting somebody in here, a veteran, that can stop the run. We need somebody to stop the run. And we need a better running back. I talked about Nick Chubb. I want Nick Chubb on the team if we don't trade for. I really want Breece Hall, but if we don't trade for Breece Hall, I will love a Nick Chubb here in Dallas, and I would love to bring in maybe a J.K. Dobbins if we are not able to get Nick Chubb. So again, breaking down the schedule. In September, we play Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, Green Bay. Chicago, Green Bay. They are going to run the ball. They got Ben Johnson in Chicago now. Doesn't mean anything. They got Eric Bieniemy at OC. That's one of the. I still respect Eric Bieniemy a lot. The Kansas City don't look like how they look like offensively. Yes, they did win 2 Super Bowls without him, but at the same time, they struggled in both games. Trying to put up points. After that. After that Philadelphia one, because I know it was 38-35 and they put up a bunch of points in that Arizona Super Bowl, but that Kansas City's in 49ers Super Bowl, that was a really great defensive game, but I think Kansas City could have put up more points. And then that Philadelphia game, it was just their offensive line was terrible. But yeah, so in September you play 4 games. The Dallas Cowboys have to find a way to go 3-1 in that stretch. Every single month that we play, where you play, at least 3 or more games, you have to finish the month above 500. That's how I break down the schedule. If you want to be a playoff team, if you're playing 4 games in a particular month, you got to win majority of those games to be in the playoffs, in my opinion. So you got that. I think the toughest. I think the toughest out of that 4 game September stretch will be the toughest one will be Philadelphia. I think your next toughest will be Green Bay. You play them Sunday night. It'll be in Dallas. So we're gonna quote unquote try and get our lid back, but we're gonna see. Chicago, there was some trash talking between there. I don't really care about that. That New York Giants game is gonna be our home opener. I know it's it's gonna be an early game. It's gonna be an early game. That's gonna be cool to watch. I'm not gonna lie, because I think New York. The Giants are going to be a really good team this year. I really do think so. That defensive line, Darius Alexander, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter, that's going to be crazy. And they got Tyler Nubin in the back. And, you got Deontay Banks at corner, Paulson and Debo. That's going to be tough. October doesn't get any easier. I think October will be your easier month because you got to play the Jets. That's going to be early game. Carolina's going to be early game. That's the back-to-back in which you on the road for. So opposite coast at that point. Then you play Washington, 125. You got to play Denver at Denver. We haven't beat Denver since like the 90s, so I've never in my lifetime ever seen us beat the Denver Broncos. They got to play Arizona Cardinals November 3rd. That's going to be not here, I'm sorry. It's going to be in Texas, I'm sorry. And then we got to go to Vegas. That's going to be my personal favorite. My personal favorite is going to be Las Vegas game because I got a brother that likes the Raiders. Shout out Gabe. I got a lot of great friends that love the Raiders. Raiders are my second favorite team. I love watching the Raiders play football. Now, as of recent, you think about 2016, you think about some of their more memorable years. As of recent memory, I do like watching the Raiders play. Their team building is the reason why they haven't been as good as they possibly could. But anyway, it's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be nighttime. It's going to be very fun. I'm going to love that game a lot. Again, next, you got Philadelphia, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota. But from Arizona all the way to Kansas City, that's going to be your November stretch. That's going to be your 4 games. If you can go 2-2, I'll be happy. But the 2-2 is different. You know what I mean? Like if you beat Philadelphia to start the season, and then you lose to Philadelphia in the second part, so you split with them, and then if you beat Philadelphia, lose to Kansas City, but beat Arizona, that'd be great, and lose to Vegas, or you beat Philadelphia and Vegas, lose to Kansas City and Arizona, or you beat Philadelphia and Kansas City, but you lose to Arizona and Vegas, I'd be a little bit more upset at that. But if you can good teams this year, legit good teams, playoff teams, Super Bowl contending teams, I think you're going to be good. But I'm never scared of Philadelphia, no matter how good or bad their team might be. I'm never scared of Philadelphia. That December schedule is not easy at all. Detroit, you start the month off against Detroit. 10 days later, you got to play Minnesota. A week after that, you got to play Los Angeles. 4 days after Los Angeles, you got to play Washington. And then you end the season off in New York, in Jersey, I'm sorry, at MetLife Stadium. That's going to be crazy as well because that's possibly going to be a team, both teams. I think if New York can figure it out, I think New York can be a playoff team. When you say a sneaky playoff team, I think a sneaky playoff team can be the New York Giants. I think if they're healthy, I like their running back tandem and Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Cam Scotabo. They got Malik Neighbors, Wandale Robinson. You got Theo Johnson. They got a tight end they just dropped out of the Big Ten in Wisconsin in the 7th round. They got Marcus and Bow. Evan Neal. They're kicking in that guard. Andrew Thomas had to figure out that offensive line. They got John Michael Schmitz at center. I really liked him a lot a few years ago coming out of Minnesota. But, I really love their front. I really love their front seven with Bobby Okereke, I'm sorry. But yeah, man, that's about it for the video. I like the schedule. I think we're going to be a 9 or 10 win team just the way that the roster is currently constructed. I think we can be a lot better football team if we're healthy for the majority of the season. If your main core guys are healthy, we're actually able to run the ball like what a lot of content creators are talking about, like Sky, Foots, Vaj, Brian Broaddus. If you're talking about what is our offense going to look like? If our offense is really something, and it's more than just run a field and turn around and running slants, and if our defense is really good this year and we're healthy, and you get reinforcements back, Savon Revel Jr., you'll get possibly a one tech if you trade for one. Osa is going to be in his 5th year playing ball, and then you're going to have DeMarvin Overshown, and then Maris Luafau, and Wanye Thomas and Marquise Bell. Hopefully those can be your starting safeties or guys that get rotation. You can get Ravel Jr. Hopefully you get a pissed off Trayvon Diggs. He comes back and is a lot better player. Deron Bland. Hopefully he's healthy. You know what I mean? So again, that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.